create that relationship and open communication where she will open up to you. And it's a process. It really is, mama. Not just about school, right? You don't want her to open up just about school and friends, but about herself, her worries, her identity, what she's really thinking deep down inside, the questions she's wrestling with, who you want to be the one that she runs to when she's afraid or confused, not just the one who helps her fix things after they blow up. You want to help her and guide her and help her digest and even contemplate some of the thoughts she's going through right now. And that desire is beautiful and powerful. Hey, mama. Welcome back. Today, I want to speak to the mom who has a daughter that seems totally fine about chatting about school drama, friends, and what happened in science class, but clams up the second you ask her how she's really doing. Any questions about herself, she just is hesitant or even scared to talk about. Well, you're not alone. I hear this often from moms of tween and teen girls. She'll tell me all about her friends and their problems, but when I ask how she's feeling or what's going on inside her own heart, it's like pulling teeth. And if you're being honest, maybe you've started to wonder, why won't she talk to me? Is she scared? Am I doing something wrong? Okay, let's breathe together for a second and start here. It's normal to feel concerned. I mean, why wouldn't you be? You wouldn't be a mom if you're not concerned, right? Because you know your daughter best. And we have this mom instinct, right? That we know when something's going on, and we know when our daughters aren't being themselves or are being hesitant because of fear or something. But it's okay to worry when your daughter has an easier time talking about others than herself because you love her. You want to know what's really going on inside. You know, it's nice to know about her friends. It's nice to understand what's happening at school. But what you really want to know is what's going on with her. And that concern comes from a good place. But understand me, girl. I also want to lovingly reassure you her reaction is normal too. And here's why. First, tween and teen girls are in one of those most self-conscious, emotionally complex phases of their lives. Okay, and then there comes menopause, but that's later down the line. We come with experience and a lot more years of maturity, right? And developmentally, their brains are wired to start pulling away a little bit to form their own identity. And at the same time, they're actually highly sensitively, acutely aware of how they come across. Not just to peers, but to you, their safe person. And that fear of being misunderstood, judged, or even just seen too clearly can cause them to really cover their emotions and, hide, build up a wall. And secondly, research shows that here we go, some scientific terms that I normally don't use, although science is one of my favorite subjects. Research shows that the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for self-reflection, communication, and emotional regulation, is still developing throughout the teen years. So they may not even have the words to express that. So when we ask them deep questions like, what's going on in your heart? Or why do you think that bothered you so much? It can honestly feel overwhelming. And it's just easier to talk about a friend's problem than risk being exposed themselves. And lastly, another reason is many girls carry internal pressure to be okay, air quotes, especially if they sense that mom is already concerned and they're busy and they're tired. They want to show up being okay and not being an extra quote unquote burden to you. They'll keep stuff bottled up because frankly, they just don't want to bother you. And that's not your fault. But it does mean that your daughter may not know how to safely express herself quite yet. Okay, I know what you're really longing for. You want your daughter to open up to you, which is why I created Talk to Your Teen Girl framework, because it's a vehicle to help you create that relationship and open communication where she will open up to you. And it's a process. It really is, Mama. Not just about school, right? You don't want her to open up just about school and friends, but about herself, her worries, her identity, what she's really thinking deep down inside, the questions she's wrestling with, who you want to be the one that she runs to when she's afraid or confused, not just the one who helps her fix things after they blow up. You want to help her and guide her and help her digest and even contemplate some of the thoughts she's going through right now. And that desire is beautiful and powerful. And guess what? You can build toward that kind of openness. You can, Mama, but it doesn't come from pushing. It comes from inviting. Now, I found that my moms who have taken the course have utilized the exercises and the homework and the step-by-step process that of implementing, how to discern the types of questions that you want to ask, what it takes to create a safe space. How do you know she's feeling safe? All those things and those questions that you're probably wrestling with yourself in order to become inviting is covered in this course. And we found success where moms as little as 2 weeks have found ways to unlock and unblock the conversations and how they get that affirmation directly from their daughters about being their safe person, right? Okay, Mama, we're going to talk about how you can build towards that kind of openness. Hang tight. If you are frustrated with how to get your teenage daughter to open up to you because all you want is to connect with her as you once did, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Jeannie Baldomero, a former rebellious teen, now mom of 3 young adults, educator, and the mom mentor, equipping you to create open communication with your girl so she can come to you about anything, even if she's scared. So grab your oat milk latte, breathe, and let's do this together. I know you are frustrated and confused about how to even approach your girl without having any backlash or somehow causing any offense. You simply want to know more about her because for some reason you don't feel as connected to her anymore. She talks less, not like how she used to, and you just wish things were different between the two of you. You want to know whether or not things are going okay with her. She just won't share with you, and you just don't know why. You've tried everything, but it was so hard to connect with her. I want you to know that there is still hope, Mama. You are not alone. I want you to stop feeling frustrated with your current situation, and I want you to start equipping yourself with solutions to help you reconnect with your teenage daughter. I'm going to help you understand the changes happening in your girl, how you can shift your role in this new season in teenhood, and how your relationship will flourish again by creating a space where your girl will be talking to you. Yes, your girl will be talking to you. Talk to Your Teen Girl framework is a 30-day journey that will get you creating open communication with your teenage daughter. She'll come to you even if she's scared, even if it's something hard to talk about. She'll come to you. I want you to head on over to talktoyourteengirl.com right now, and let's get started together. Are you ready? Okay, grab your pen and notebook. We're going to go over 3 ways to really lessen the fear in your daughter so that she can express herself freely with you. You ready? 3 ways you can help your daughter feel safe in expressing what's really going on inside. Number 1, lead with curiosity, not correction. Gosh, that sounds like a repeat from the episode right before, but it's so true. If we can continually be curious, remind yourself, what am I curious about? What am I curious about? And this is not a time for you to correct it if you don't agree with it. Or if you already see what she's thinking and she's already moving in the wrong step, not resist correcting it. It's really a time for you to gather information, understand what's going on, because after all, that's what you really want from her. You really want her to express herself freely without feeling scared, without feeling like she's going to be corrected. Even if it's like 1 word, it already triggers her that she's being judged, right? Maybe something instead of saying you shouldn't feel that way, right? Maybe try rephrasing yourself, and we work on this a lot in Talk to Your Teen Girl framework. That makes sense. What do you think made it feel so heavy? You're affirming how she's feeling. That made sense because maybe I would feel that same way, right? This will help her feel seen and not scrutinized. And when a girl feels like her emotions are valid, okay, I'm going to say this. When a girl feels like her emotions are valid, now think back to your current circumstances. I know for me and my husband, I just want him to listen. And he's such a fixer, and maybe that's a male thing. Guys like to fix problems right away. But I don't necessarily want him to fix my problems because I can most likely process it and fix it myself. I just need him to be my sounding board where I can literally just talk to him and express my feelings, and for him to listen and understand and validate how I'm feeling, not to tell me that I shouldn't be feeling this way, not to tell me, well, then this is what you need to do. I just want him to hear me. And if I can remember that, then I know that's exactly what my daughter needs from me as well. And she's more likely to keep sharing, right? So if I'm not going to interrupt her, and I just think about how my husband, I have to train him about how to listen to me and say, let me just speak. Let me just speak. I don't want you to fix me. I just want you to listen. And if I can remember to take my own advice or my own, requests and take that advice with my own daughter, then I know that I am leading with curiosity and not correction. And the second is make room for silence. Be okay with not saying anything. I know for me, some of the best conversations happen in the car, maybe even late at night. And of course, yes, I love my sleep. I'm an early going to bedder. But sometimes, and teenagers love being up at night, and that's when they're the most vulnerable. Or during something low pressure, like a walk, or while we're doing something creative or watching a movie. Don't rush to fill the silence with questions, really. It's okay to sit in quiet. Give her some space to come to you when she's ready. And sometimes girls open up not because we ask, but because we're just actually there consistently. If we're by their side physically and available, they will open up eventually, right? And it's not about always asking the right questions. And the third is be open about you. Here's the thing. Teens often fear being the only one who feels messy inside. When you appropriately model what it looks like to reflect out loud, like I've had days where I felt unsure too, or I remember feeling lost about friendships when I was your age, or I remember going through some friendship struggles in high school and even as a grown woman. You're inviting her into a space that feels human, that she's not alone, not high pressure, right? Not having to feel like she needs to come perfect because mom's never gone through this. Vulnerability from you builds trust in her. It's the quickest way to build trust is to be vulnerable. Brene Brown, oh my gosh, she is a researcher that I love. I've read many of her books on shame. And one thing about shame resistance is being vulnerable. Being vulnerable, being allowed to open up and let it out there, because that releases the hiding that you are doing in the shame, right? It just puts it out there. And if we can respond in a loving way after being vulnerable or even modeling being vulnerable, it builds trust, saying that I trust you with these vulnerable experiences with you. And again, guess what? It's going to reciprocate. She's going to eventually be vulnerable, tongue-tied, with you. Okay, mama. If she talks about her friends and not herself, that's okay. No need to panic. She's not broken. You're not failing. You're both just in the middle of a learning process. And your steady, non-judgmental presence is shaping her ability to open up. Just be consistent in that. And over time, she's going to open up. Just keep showing up, keep listening, keep being that safe place. Even if she only gives you tiny glimpses, those glimpses matter more than you know. They're tiny glimpses, but they do matter. She's beginning to open up. And if you find it hard to show and keep listening or feel you need more understanding on how to create a safe space, I want you to know that Talk to Your Teen Girl framework is the next step for you. So go ahead and check it out if you're curious about what exactly you'll get from this. I lay it out at talktoyourteengirl.com. I want you to equip yourself to create that safe space for her so that she doesn't have to fear in opening up about what she truly is thinking deep down inside. Because I know you, mama, you want to know. And this is a great way to start that journey. So let's create that communication together. Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you or encouraged you or helped you in any way, I'd love for you to share it. You can screenshot this episode and share it in your stories on social media or text it to a friend who can use the support. It's the best way you can thank me. I want to let other mamas know they are not alone. I'd love to stay connected with you. You can find me at raisingherconfidently.com. Until next time, live full of grace, Jeannie.